hours in length. This was just sent to me this evening, and there's a little bit that I need to read before I do show it. This is the information that went with this video, and let me get with it. Co-hosted by Michael J. with guest Kathy Rubio, legal expert Stephen Pidgeon at the North American Law Center, and Special Ops Man of Action, Ghost. Produced by Brian Onley, I think it would be pronounced. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Scott Bennett interviews for a second time Miss Victoria Sharp as she gives her own personal testimony concerning the events within the vehicle at the Oregon shootout last week, where Robert Lavoy Finicum, an Arizona rancher and one of the leaders in eastern Oregon, was the man killed in a shootout with federal officials on Tuesday. Victoria Sharp, nicknamed Mockingjay from the Hunger Games, assumes the leadership position of a young woman standing up and fighting against the murderous forces of tyranny, slavery, and wicked corruption being demonstrated by the F.B.I., by President Barack Obama, by the Department of Justice Attorney General Loretta Lynch, and the Bureau of Land Management, and by Oregon Governor Kate Brown. All of these people are now implicated in treason, attempted murder, abuse of government power, violations of the Smith-Mundt Act, which is prohibiting psychological operations against Americans, and in violation against committing acts of terrorism against Americans. All Americans and non-Americans are encouraged to have their children on their knee as they watch this, and have their children take this story to school as an extra credit social studies, civics, political current event report, for it reports on the current state of our republic and constitution, or slow death of it. Additionally, we are encouraging Americans to either go to the funeral Friday for Robert Lavoy Finicum or travel to Oregon to stand with and help protect the people in the wildlife refuge in order for them to leave safely. Otherwise, if Americans don't stand up, these people may be shot in a matter of hours. Additionally, people are encouraged to send checks of any amount to Victoria Sharp and those protecting, feeding, clothing, and supporting them. Donations may be sent to 23 Railroad Avenue, number 23, Danville, California, 94526, and will be given directly to Victoria and those standing with her up there to provide their basic food and support. Finally, attorneys are encouraged to provide free legal advice and representation to Victoria and others there, and ensure that all legal actions and motions are filed to preserve their rights, the Constitution, and the redress of this evil perpetrated against them by the F.B.I., its contractor mercenaries, fresh from the oblivion of Iraq and Afghanistan, and corrupt politicians. If we don't stand now, the next casualties may be you and your children. This was from Scott Bennett. I believe that's Second Lieutenant, U.S. Army Special Operations, Psychological Warfare Analyst, retired. The funeral for Robert Finicum will be held at 1436 South McAllister Drive in Nab, Utah. I believe that would be pronounced Nab. All those wishing to attend the services and show their support may and are urged to do so. I agreed to read that before we got on with the interview, and here we go.
The blessed and beautiful Victoria Sharp, and her story, of course, is miraculous, to say the least. It's nothing else but miraculous, and I'm so honored to have her. And
Okay, sorry about that. You guys missed the first part of that. I didn't have that option checked. Let me go ahead and just restart that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Scott Bennett and Michael J. We are bringing Truth Unite to you on a February 3rd, 2016. We've got a special guest. We have got the warrior from Mockingjay, who gives the real life, incarnate expression of character of what a woman warrior is. And that is the blessed and beautiful Victoria Sharp. And her story, of course, is miraculous, to say the least. It's nothing else but miraculous, and I'm so honored to have her and a very fine man we will term as Ghost, a fine military man, a fine special operation thinker, and someone who's going to give us a briefing and a download for what's going on up there in Oregon and what they need and how we can help them, and a further analysis of the situation up there. We also have Kathy Rubio, who's going to join us and give us a briefing. And we have Stephen Pidgeon of the North American Law Center. Stephen is an excellent attorney and a fine man. I trust him and believe he's one of the best attorneys and the best hopes for this country in giving us the legal understanding, the legal mind that we need to enforce our constitutional rights and protections and liberties. And Stephen is going to empower our Mockingjay warrior, Victoria, with the legal knowledge and the understanding that she needs to wield her bow effectively, as well as Ghost to defend up there. So I'm going to hand it over to Michael J. after I say a quick prayer. And I'm wearing my Special Operations hat, one of my own stomping grounds, in honor of Ghost and Victoria. We are in a fight, and it's about time we began to really get serious and act like a fight. And we have the righteous on our side, and we really have God on our side. And I am reminded every day of the miraculous saving that Victoria went through as proof of that. But let me start us off with a quick prayer. Father in heaven, we thank you today for bringing us together. We ask you that you bless our mouths, and every thought that we have, every word that we speak comes from you and for you and glorifies you. We ask for protection of Victoria and Ghost and all the men and women up there in Oregon. We ask for all the people on this call and all the listeners to be blessed, and bring us together and let us do your will in Jesus' name. Amen. Michael J., I'm going to introduce you, my friend, and I want you to give your quick briefing. I know they're messing with you, but they can't keep a good Army guy down.